what I think you should do when you find yourself in a situation where you're having to start over. Ooh, I can't see myself. I think I look okay. I'm trying to think if I should wear my glasses. The people that I keep close to me, that in my ear, I was crying. I was really, really, really sad. Not only was I sad, I was broke and I was living with my mother again at 35 years old. It's a lot of things that you really sit with yourself and you have to process. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since we have got together. I just wanted to make this video to encourage someone and just to let them know, like, hey, if you're starting your life over like me, it's okay. We got this. And I'm gonna share on this video things that I'm doing to basically start over. And I hope that you basically find something, or if you don't like any tips that I give, which I really doubt. I hope you're inspired. I hope you're able to also understand me and kind of get to know me too, because I am new to YouTube. You know, it's been like 8 months since I posted, so I'm back and I'm trying to be consistent as ever. And I have more content. So please follow my Instagram page. Please like and subscribe this. Thank you so much for coming. I hope to give you more content. Like, yeah, I'm really trying my best, okay? But yes, thank you again. This is Becoming Oge, and we all about self-growth, self-development, music, lifestyle, fashion, just vibes. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically that. So enjoy, look around, and feel free to talk back. Bye.
Girl, I get the money if you make you mine, oh. If you're loving every night, you make you mad, oh. Now only you give me love and make me nice, oh, nice, oh, nice, oh. I feel make you mine, oh. Feel I love you, plus I never make you minus. If I let you smoke it, you gon' lose my lighter. If you paranoid, then I'ma spend the night. You can get I love it every day. Time I dance with you, my money I go pay. For your love, I go pay, it ain't making money, chase, I feel this for you every day. When you call, run it back on replay. For your love, I go pay, for your love, I go pay, make a love cycle, make a traffic cycle. Maybe if you nice, I go drive me cycle. Every dirty done they make me mad, oh. Make you sing to the mic. Girl, you are that looking in your eyes, oh. Show you many things you can utilize, oh. If I say I love you, then I tell you like so. Show you everything that I have tonight, oh. True that make you utilize, oh. Yeah, look when we talk, we go revive, oh. Give you many things, we put them make you dance, oh.
Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Oge. The name of this channel is Becoming Oge, and I basically just wanted to make this video just to talk about starting over. I believe I have a video up that's about me losing everything or getting laid off, basically. What you guys didn't know was I had to move back to my hometown where I originally lived before I moved to Atlanta. Initially, it was hard for me to make that transition. However, I'm 6 months in now, and I just wanted to kind of go over some pointers and things to kind of help you if you are someone who's found themselves laid off and having to start over again, and you don't know how to like handle the situation, and just you're in a rut, basically. So I'm just gonna give some tips here, something that I know that I did, and also I am continuing to do, and I hope that it helps you and inspires you. If this is a video that you like and you like to see more videos like this, please give this a thumbs up, and also feel free to subscribe to my channel. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so I hope I look good. But first things first, just to give you a little brief history about my situation. Back in March, I got laid off. My last day was March 30th, I believe, 2023. The only thing that I received was 1 month of pay, and I worked for this company for 2 years. I uprooted my life. I uprooted myself to Atlanta. I paid for my move to Atlanta, but one of the reasons why I did that was because I was desperate for change. I wanted to start afresh, to go somewhere new, and I was dealing with a heartbreak at the time, and I just felt like I needed some new energy being in a new city, and I did that. I moved to Atlanta by myself. I had no friends when I moved there at the time, and then I managed to make some friends when I got there. But initially, going there with no family, you know, that's really just what it was. And by April, everything was cool. April, I was really relaxing. I was just like, you know what? Let's just take some time to woosah, because we've been working like a dog, literally, for the last 2 years. So then May came around, and mind you, all this while I'm still doing applications, looking for another job, basically. But unfortunately, I'm doing all these interviews and I'm not landing a position. It was really, really rough for me. Then June comes about. At this point, June, the lease at my apartment is expiring in June. So I had told myself, I was like, well, I got laid off. I'm literally burning through my savings at this point because I have yet to get an offer from another gig. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna pack up my stuff and I'm gonna put my things in storage. With me putting my things in storage, I'm gonna try to hustle. I'm trying to figure it out in Atlanta and see if I can make things work. By the end of June, July, things just got really, 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 really bad. I hadn't found anything. I was struggling. I was staying with a friend who was staying with a friend. So I was on the couch. It was a lot going on. And I started to think to myself at that point, like, I was failing at life. You know what I mean? Like, I literally started to think, what is happening? At the time I was 34 years old, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, why is this happening to me? You know? So July came about. I finally just put my pride aside and I packed up my stuff. I packed up 2 suitcases, put my things in storage back in June, and I basically took myself back to Houston, Texas. And initially when I moved back to Houston, I struggled a lot because it was just kind of like, I struggled with myself because I love Houston. Let's be very clear. This is somewhere that I've lived for a decade. So I know the city very well. The city knows me very well. But I think I didn't like the way that I came back. I think the fact that I lost my job and that was the way that I returned really bothered me. I knew that I was gonna come back to Houston. It was always my intent to come back to Houston, but I didn't like the way that it happened. And all of this was happening, and the whole time, all I could think about is, God had a reason for this. There's a reason why God is doing this. There's a reason why God does things in our lives that we don't know about, that we can't even understand at the moment. We basically have to go through it to be able to understand the situation. And that was literally what happened to me. Moving forward, I move in with my mother. I'm still doing applications, still trying to find something. I mean, my mom is looking at me at this point doing all these job interviews and nothing is clicking. And I managed to get a gig being a manager at a spa studio, which I was running, and it was decent. It wasn't too bad. It became chaotic and I really enjoyed the experience there because that was my first time managing this. It wasn't my first time managing a studio. The workload that was giving to me, it gave, like, I was more than a manager. Like, I was basically the op manager for that particular studio. So that was new for me, and I did like the challenge. I took the challenge and I was able to do my best in that situation. Unfortunately, that time was cut to an end. And it is what it is. I also met a lady while I was working there who was the sweetest of, like, I just loved her demeanor when she came in. Like, she was really just nice. She was sweet. She was always nice to me, talking to me. And then she came in with like a lot of swag because the lady had a LV backpack and she was just chic. And then I loved her glasses. Like, she wears glasses like me. So her glasses were like really big, cute, and thick and black. So I was like, oh, she's a vibe. We get to talking, we just chit-chatting. And this is also to show how, like, you never know who God is literally going to bring into your life to help you to the next level. So me and her having a conversation, and she tells me about what she does, you know, that she's in sales. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, I have a sales background. I've worked at Saks Fifth Avenue. I've been a leasing consultant. I've done account management. I've done a lot of things that have sales in it. And she was like, well, it's cruise sales. And I was like, well, that's interesting. I've never been on a cruise before. But I mean, it's sales, so I'm sure I can do it. Long story short, she asked me to send her my resume. I sent her my resume. She said she would push it to HR. She pushed it to HR, and I get a call from HR, and they loved my resume. They loved the background. They loved the fact that I had a logistics background because I understood the whole, you know, ships, although like I dealt with ocean freight, I should say. I was basically I had a background of ocean freight, air freight, and stuff like that. So, but in this case, we're still freighting, but we're freighting people. These people are basically on a floating resort. You know what I mean? So my job is to sell fun. My job is to come in and sell people a good time, sell people an experience. And I'm like, oh, this is good. Like, I can do this, you know? And that's basically what that was for me. I basically got an interview. I had to do 2 interviews. I did an exam. I passed it all. I got the job. And then I started a month later. I started in December. So far, so good. So in December, I started the job December 4th. We are now in February. So today's February 17th. So it's been February, yeah. So it's been 2 months since I've been with the company, and so far so good. We're in wave season. However, the wave season is a bit slow right now. So I'm just trying to figure out like what's next. Do I want to stay here? Do I want to give it a year? Do I want to find something else? So it's a lot going on. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is you might be going through something, or you might be trying to find a job, and whatever job you're in, you don't know if you like it, you don't know if you love it, you're just testing the waters because right now you're desperate, you need a job because you're not getting anything coming in, etc., etc. It's okay. I just want to let you know, like, it's okay. Just take your time, be patient with yourself, literally take everything one day at a time. Because at one point, my anxiety was through the roof. I was depressed. I was sad. I was crying. I was really, really, really sad. Not only was I sad, I was broke, and I was living with my mother again at 35 years old. It's a lot of things that you really sit with yourself and you have to process. I had lost my friends. I didn't have any friends anymore. I still don't have that many friends anymore. Like, I have associates and people that when I see out in public, we kiki, we say hi. But when it comes to like having close-knit friends, I don't have those. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and bullshit you. Like, I don't have it. Do I want that? Of course. But I'm taking my time in that aspect because I've learned that in my past friendships, I do this thing where I overshare and I basically just share so much to people that are not safe with my information, if that makes sense. You know, you live and you learn. I had a recent situation that happened. One of my girlfriends at the time, I confided in her with some things, and like I had basically told her something and she went and told somebody else and it came back to me. So, you know, in situations like this, you find yourself, and especially when you're down and out, you're like, who can you trust? Who's around you? I wasn't looking for a handout. I wasn't looking for anything. I think at that moment in my life, I just needed someone that I could count on, talk to, uplift my spirit, just be around, etc., etc. It was quite unfortunate that I didn't have that. But another thing that I don't really feel too bad about, or I don't use it as a punishment to other people, is because when I'm going through stuff, I shut down. So I naturally will not even be the type of person to be around much when I'm going through something, because I become distant. That I know about myself. Let's move on to what I think you should do when you find yourself in a situation where you're having to start over. First things first, you need to evaluate your situation. You need to literally, like me, I literally write down a to-do list. I have so many to-do lists right now because I like to write things down. I'm very old school, pen, a little to-do list thingy majig, like, you know what I mean? Like, I like to write stuff down. So first thing is to evaluate your situation, understand where you are, where you were, where you are, and where you're trying to go, and see how fast and close it's gonna take you to get to where you wanna go from where you are. So you gotta write these things down. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you literally have to write it down. Map out a plan for yourself and figure out what it is that you're gonna do next. Start a new job, which is what I did. And this is what we all wanna do whenever we lose a job, or we're trying to take on a new leaf at life and we're trying to start over with our lives. Find a new job, find a new environment that you go to literally majority of your day. Find a new environment, a positive environment that you go in, do your work, do your thing, and go home and be productive and be challenged. Like, for me, I love to be challenged. I love competing, and that's why my job right now doing cruise sales works for me, because every day I go in and I'm constantly challenging myself. Like, when I go to work, I tell myself, all right, for the week, like tomorrow I go to work, Sunday through Thursdays, that's when I work, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. When I get to work, I set a goal at my desk. I have a planner at my desk that literally sits there. And what I do is I basically say, okay, we want to do 10 sales a day, right? Because at the minimum, I'm supposed to make 2 sales per day in my job. So I say 10 sales for the week, because that's the minimum goal that I'm supposed to have at the bare minimum. So I put that down, and everything I do after that is a win for me, like afterwards. Do you see what I'm saying? So I basically just do that to just be more productive and to also just set goals for myself, goals that I know that I can actually achieve. Don't set unnecessary goals for yourself. Set realistic goals. You know what I mean? Like set realistic goals for yourself. Shoot for the stars, yes, but set goals that you know, then you believe that you're gonna be able to accomplish. So you can also move to a new state like I did. Unfortunately for me, I had to come back, but my situation is different because Houston is home for me. Do you know what I mean? Like I moved to Atlanta trying to basically like heal, and I did that. I accomplished what I went to Atlanta for. I basically went there to heal myself, sit with myself, become a new woman, and just see how life what it's gonna do for me. Find new activities that you can do. So something that I wanna do once I get my apartment is obviously create a schedule for me to where it's like, all right, we're working out, this is the time we're working out, and just put everything into a planner and just take that as you go. If you're doing digital planning, that's good. If you like to do your planning on an actual planner, that's also good too. So you have those options that you can do it. And the last thing that I want to say in this video that you need to do is accept the challenge. Accept the challenge of that you've lost. You've lost. It is what it is. You've lost the game. Game over. It's like the Chiefs and the 49ers. You know what I mean? I was the 49ers. I lost that game. Even though that whole entire game, I knew that I had it. I knew that I was gonna win. But the reality of the matter was, at the last 10 minutes of the game, it wasn't mine. The Chiefs called it, and they won. And I lost. I lost the game. I lost the game. I had to pack my shit up and go and start a new season to where it's going to bring, hopefully I come back to win that championship again. And that's exactly what it is. Accept the challenge. You're built for this. We're built for this. Me saying this is also me talking to myself and motivating me because I know, and I'm so also grateful for the people that I now have in my life, the people that are here talking to me, the people that I keep close to me, that in my ear, they believe in me, they motivate me. And not only do they believe in me and motivate me, these people are actually doing these things also in their lives to where I can see that they are goal-oriented, they make shit happen, and I'm willing to listen to what they have to say. I'm willing to take heed. I'm willing to listen to someone else other than myself that will help me get to where I need to get to. So I encourage you to accept the challenge. Find people around you that you trust, that you believe in, that you see are actually where and doing what it is that you want to do. Those are the people that you need to keep around you. It doesn't have to be a lot of people. It could be one person, sweetheart. It could be one person. Stick to that one person. Any issue that you have, any questions that you have, take it to that person and be like, hey, listen, I got this job. Look at what they're offering me. I don't think that this is a good offer, but what you think? Do you think I should counter it or should I just take it? And then have somebody come at you and tell you what you need to do or give you advice. They don't have to tell you what to do, but they can give you some quality advice, good advice that you can use to elevate your life. I moved to this country at the age of 15 years old, to be honest with you. I had no guidance. I moved up myself. I live with my aunt and my cousins, and I'm blessed that I had that opportunity to live with them because those years are one of the best years of my teenage life. The issue at hand for me was more so like, I wish I knew what I knew now then, because I know I would have been so much further along. I wasn't open enough. I didn't share my story to people. I kept a lot of things in, so it hindered a lot. I got in a relationship and stayed in that relationship majority of my 20s. I spent like 6 years with a man. Unfortunately, those 6 years, I had nothing to show for it, but I don't regret it. It is what it is. And that experience taught me a lot about myself, what it is that I will tolerate, what it is that I will not tolerate. So for that, I'm grateful. So I just want to encourage someone, you could be in your 30s like me, you could be older than me, you could be younger than me, and you could be goal-oriented and competitive the way that I am, and you want a challenge and you want to elevate your life and things like that. And I just want to encourage you that you can get there. Granted, I'm not where I want to be yet. I know I have my goals that I want set for myself. I'm not going to sit here and list them all for you, but understand that I have goals that I want for myself. One thing, for instance, me doing this and me coming on here and recording, this is good for me. This is creative me. This is something I do that fuels me. So what I will say is this, yeah. This is not my first time starting over, actually. I think this is my second time. This is not my first time starting over, but this is my first time starting over as a big adult, okay? Big adult. It hit different. It definitely hit different. I'm so resilient and I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy that I was able to feel everything I needed to feel in the moment. I was able to cry when I needed to cry. I was able to be sad when I needed to be sad. But I was also able to get up when I needed to get up. I was able to go into the gym when I needed to go in the gym for my mental. I was able to be proactive, meet people, and still be kind to people, to have conversations with them in public and in my workspace, to where I was able to land the job that I have now and basically just be positive, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely grateful for that part of me. And I just want to encourage anyone that's going through something or starting over or has lost something, whether it's in a relationship, whether you broke up with your boo or your man left you or your woman left you, etc., etc. Like, I've been there too. Like, we can get through this. I want to encourage you. I need you to know that you can get through it, but you have to go through it. You have to go through it. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and tell you that it's going to happen overnight. No. You have to do the necessary things that you have to do. You have to go through the process. You have to cry. You have to heal. And then you got to go back into the world, and don't let anybody take that from you. Don't let anyone tarnish you. Don't let anyone make you feel like because they were mean to you, or they didn't see your value, or they cheated on you, or they lied on you, or they told your business, or whatever it is. Like, don't let them win. Just don't let them win. And that's literally where I am in my life. I cannot let the naysayers win. I can't even let the negative part of my brain that tries to self-sabotage, that tries to tell me that I can't do certain things, I can't even let that motherfucker win. Excuse my terminology, but that was for emphasis. I can't let them win. I can't let it win. I cannot let it win. You just can't let it win. You have to literally, and another thing, I don't know what you believe in. I don't know who you believe in. But whatever it is that you believe in, you're going to have to grasp onto that. Not only in the time of need and your time of sorrow and your time of lack, but you have to still grab onto that love, grab onto what it is that you believe. For me, is God. I'm going to talk about God. I grab onto God. I've been a Christian all my life. I've been a churchgoer. I praise. I've cried. I've prayed. I've prayed countless nights. I've prayed and I haven't had some of my prayers answered yet. However, that doesn't mean that they will not be answered. I have forgiven, which is the hardest thing to do. And I want you to know that forgiving people is not for them. It's for you. It's for you. Forgive yourself also for the mistakes that you made. Forgive yourself for things you didn't know. Forgive yourself for not knowing better, but now you know better and now you're gonna do better. Love on you. I love me. I'm back in Houston. I'm so appreciative of the few people that I have in my life that sat with me in my suffering, that stood by me, that made sure that I was okay. To the two girls in Atlanta, Deanna and Chi-Chi. I love those two girls because we weren't so close, but they were there for me. They were in my suffering. And I love those girls. If they called me and needed anything, I would be there for them no matter what. Moral of the story here is let's work on ourselves. Let's evaluate the situation. Let's find something new to do, a new activity, start a new job, make new friends, start new activities, go take a yoga class, go take a bar class, which I need to probably take. I need to take a Pilates class. I've never taken a Pilates class before. Definitely a yoga girl. Find something to do. Whether you want to move to a different state, do it. I've done it. So I'll definitely encourage someone to move to another state and try it. It doesn't hurt to fucking try. Like, just give it a shot. You won't die. Just do it. And accept the challenge. You know what I mean? Like, challenge accepted. Like, we got this. Our hearts are resilient. We got, like, don't let nobody tell you that you can't do nothing. Baby, we are good. All right? Like, I'm really talking to myself right now. I'm really, really egging myself on. And I hope that you're encouraged and you're sitting and you feel it, because I really mean it, what I'm saying. I'm sitting here writing my to-do list and things that I need to take care of. I still have shit to take care of. I have some debts that I need to clear out. I have plans that I need to do. I need to move into a new apartment. I need to go to Atlanta to get my storage and things. I'm planning things out. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm one step at a time. I'm taking it one day at a time and just loving on me still through the process, because I'm a vessel. You know what I mean? Like, my body is a vessel. I still have to take care of my mind, take care of my body to be able to achieve the things that I want to achieve. Don't ever give up on yourself. And don't let just because if anyone gives up on you, literally, don't give up on you. And that's the end of that. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Have a great night.